So yeah, there you go. So look, this is going to be mute. It's going to go, you know, it'll be fine in a couple of weeks. It'll be fixed, but it just shouldn't be released like that. I mean, it's not a me problem, is it? It's not a you problem either. It's a their problem. Really? $70? Come on, but it's all down to this amazingly model, study level 3D cockpit that allows you to really fly the 737 in your own home.
Nevertheless, grave danger, I fear, is training.
Discord, and I'll have some odd random stream during the week, and I'll see you then, folks.
Yeah, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.
And we will certainly miss you. But it's very special goodbye there, folks. See what happens. See, it's climbing all over the place. Some of them crashing at right, those buttons. It's time for us to sign off. I think she wants to treat. Do you want to treat the buttons? Do you want to treat? Okay, just look at me until I actually get off the stage. Excellent, folks. Pleasure as always. See you soon. See you next time.
Greetings. This happy Friday, everybody. Sorry, there was something in my eye there. Happy Friday, everybody. We're in Luton, and we're back in the Fenix Airbus A320. Yes, we're the Fenix. I feel at home now because I know where all the buttons and switches and how it all works. So yeah, the only we're in Luton, right? The reason we're going from Luton to Glasgow, and the reason I chose that route is because Glasgow is one of the few places I can find that has fog and it's very low visibility. So we're going to play with Glasgow today, and let's see if we can get it. Hopefully, we won't get minimums, and then after that, I do the go around. We're on to new territory for me, right? Because I don't know if it's programmed. You know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. But yesterday was a bit of fiasco. I didn't understand the fuel system with regards to the fly pad, but this time, now yes, you can see no one's boarding today. Because of what happened yesterday. No one's boarding. Hello, Clappy T, how are you doing? Mr. E's with us as well. He says, evening Button, Scripper and friends. Clappy D says, he's laughing out loud. I'll never mention fuel again. No, that's not your fault, Clappy D. It's because it was a train of events that kicked that off, you know. And what really angered me with myself was that the Q&H wasn't changed from standard. And that stuffed things up. And it's a prime example of what can happen when you're distracted with having to restart and relight the engines, the APU and all that kind of stuff. And weird things happened with the same because it's not really built to shut down the engines and relight them again. I got a bit confused, I think. So that's why the that's why you need a very high fidelity one, you know. I'm guessing I made my own mistakes as well, I think. I'm pretty sure about that. It infuriates me. I'm kicking myself in the pants since yesterday. It's like I can't fly it anymore. It's weird. So it's very displeasing. But, right? But we're back in where it all came down to my own lack of knowledge of this puppy here. Right? And I was thinking of how it happened yesterday, and I had a relook at the video, and I'm going, okay, yeah, the engines, when I played around with the fuel in the air, we had no fuel, and then as a result of that, the Q&H wasn't changed on the way down, but we landed. Interestingly enough, the Q&H, you are prompted several times with it. It's something I never really forget. But I don't go that high very often in the little airplanes. But you never forget the Q&H. It's a weird one. But in that instance we did. But that's why you have two people. And ATC, you know. And they'll give you, okay, yeah, you're cleared for this. Q&H is blah, 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 blah. Do you know? They'll take the Q&H over and over again. We don't have the radio. So that's why I think how that happened. But anyway, nevertheless, let's get back into this again. Let's do our flight plan first, shall we? Let's do our flight plan first. Let's get some nice viewage here whilst we're doing the flight plan. Now, the sun's come out again. It's amazing. When I first came in here, it moves. The low clouds move over. The sun comes back out. Now, this is real life weather we're using today. It's just the time. The time is slightly earlier during the day because we won't be able to see anything. But we do have real world weather, which is great. So, Nobby D also says, exactly, you brought it home with all the issues. Don't be too hard on yourself. Hello, good evening, Mrs. Brian. Yeah, I shouldn't be. I'm overly examinant of myself, but it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, I suppose. So, let's have a look at the flight plan. Yes, no, not that one. I want another window. I must get. I'd love to have another camera so you can see what I'm doing behind me. One day, all that will happen. One day, do you know, I'd be an expert at this. You know, I don't think I'm ever an expert, but I'd be better at it. and we'll all be happy, and it'll all be cool and dandy, you know. But there you go. Now we're going from. I'm not worried about the air. Oh, we were going EasyJet today, right? Not easy. Flight number 1000, fine. We're departing Echo Golf Whiskey, and we're arriving Echo Golf Papa Foxtrot. I'm gonna take my time today with this, and we're flying the Airbus A320. Okay. And go to town in some of these things here. You can have the registration and all that kind of stuff. So that's all you need to do. I'm going to take on an extra 2 tons of fuel. Well, actually, we don't know what's going to happen here. We don't know if we're going to get into Glasgow. I won't know how to do the diversion properly, but we'll get there. We're going to go for 4 tons of fuel. Now, I know I'm being overzealous there, but that's what I'm doing today. Yeah. Yep. That's what's going to happen. So, nice straight line. Luton Airport. Great song if you look up Luton Airport. That's one of the cool songs of the 70s, wasn't it? Luton Airport, or was it early 80s? So, right across over to Glasgow, we're looking for bad weather. At least bad visibility. That's what I'm looking for. Okay? We'll have a look at the weather in Glasgow now in a second. That looks okay for the flight plan. Let us generate the flight plan. Yep. And there we go. Come on. This is amazing. Simbreeze free and all the stuff they do for free. Are people great once they get their minds to it, you know? Now, let me get my pen out. So we are going to cruise at 38,000 feet, really. 38,000 feet. Flight level 380. And our standard instant departure is... we're departing at 07. We're also, the SID is OL November Echo, Oscar Lima November Echo, Yankee 2 Charlie. We're coming into Glasgow. And we're in Glasgow, we're coming into runway 05. What are the winds? That looks okay. Normally they're westerly. And arrival star is Romeo, India, Bravo, Echo, Lima, 1, Golf. Fuel. Taxi 2.2. Good. So our weights. Trip 0.57. Okay, I'm going to read the kilograms here. 230 kilograms. Trip is 2,482 kilograms. Catmain is 652. Okay. Flight plan fuel. Okay. I'll have to find out what exactly these are saying. Exact extra fuel. That's the one I put in. Extra. For hold. Oh, I didn't add any hold. That's fine. Target and block fuel. Okay, so that's got to be all 38,000 feet. Okay, let's not go for that. One thing I did look. I looked at GSX. GSX. Is it GSX? And I thought, let me just get the comments over here so I can see them. There we go. I'll have to resize that window again for some reason. Yep. There we go. Mr. E. Oh, Brian's with us, as I said. Mr. E is saying, Gripper, your video edits are always excellent. Are you a pro or just something you do for fun? I just do, the video edits I just did I do for fun. I'd like to get back to it. But not enough people watch them. Very few watch them. And I thought, okay, I can edit. I just have that way of thinking. I'm kind of, if you like, creative-minded, which doesn't do you any favours in this world, I can tell you that much. But I liked doing it. I will do it again. But no, I don't do it professionally or anything like that. But thank you, Mr. E. I appreciate that. Hopefully I get more edits in live so I can do fancy stuff when I'm doing it live. But thank you. That's a nice compliment. So we got the flight plan in. Let's get it into the aircraft, shall we? Okay. So, that's an EasyJet aircraft right there. And who's that? Wizz Air, is it? Wizz Air. Yeah. Okay. Where did the sounds go all of a sudden? Battery 1 and 2. Good. External part. Now the wipers are already off. I'm going to follow the checklist as usual. Now let's check my controls, alright? Because my controls are very important. Let's check those detents. Yes, they're good. Engine should be off. That's from yesterday's sight. You see it happens there? That's from yesterday. Flaps are up, spoilers are up, and the ignition's on normal. And that's about it. And with this version, of course, you can get rid of that. So that's good. So, and while we're... Oh, we don't have to wait for the INS to line up, or the... I'm not using the right terminology there. The IRSs. ADRs. I'd have different names for each aircraft to do the same thing. Gyros, laser gyros, etc. Anyhow, Parker brake is set. Yeah, wipers are good. Spoilers are retracted. Engine masks are both off. We've just done that. Engine mode selectors off. Thrust levers are idle. Flaps are retracted. Yes, anti-skid is onto the on position. Landing gear is checked and down. Yes, it is in 1 and 2. And fuel quantity check. We'll do that when we do the flight plan. Battery master 2 I just put in, and external power is on. Strobe lights on 2. Auto. ADRS aligned, so there. Let's align these puppies. The good news is switch them on, switch them off, and they are instant. There we go. Usually 7 to 9 minutes, isn't it? ADRS, APU engine fire tests and all that kind of stuff. It is a simulator, but they do not look quite well. Very well, actually. No, I've never sat in a real cockpit. One day, maybe. We don't know. It's unlikely. In a sim, not in an Airbus. Oh, that'd be good fun. Just to pretend to be, you know. You can rent them out. You can pay, it's expensive, but you can rent them out. Wouldn't that be fun? Or I watched the program just where everything is. It's a display brightness. Yes, let's do some lighting and things. So let's turn up the overhead panel lights and let's switch on the dome lights. Safety belt sign. We'll assume our passengers are boarding. No smoking sign into the on position. That's it. Emergency exit signs up here. See, it models the light better. See? Armed. And now let's go to our flight plan. Okay, folks, this should be an easier one. Clear. Clear, clear, clear. Okay, come on, let me clear that message. In it, I want to go to active date phase 3rd of November to the 30th of November, so we're all good with that. Happy days. Let's go to init. Let's init request. So you only have to do it once here, or twice, and then once in the iPad. So, you don't... Excuse me. Look, it has to come out. I hope you didn't hear that. I burped. It just, you know, it has to come out. Cost index 5. Cruise level, we said, was 38,000 feet. Really, we'll double check that. 380 you can put in for flight level 380. There we go. That temperature looks about right. And so that's init page 1. Flight plan. Boom. Okay, so... something crossed my mind there. Yeah, so you got to do it here with this aircraft, just here and here. So the mistake I made yesterday was if I import from SimBrief, that's all the only time you have to do it. And there's all the fuel and all the stuff. You don't have to do it in every different section, which is unusual. If I would say to the guys, just for life easy of life, you know, well, what I would say to fly-by-wire, which is absolutely fantastic, by the way. You just have to click it once instead of having to go into fuel and then click it again to download it from the flight plan, because that's what happened to me, and that just screwed me up no end. Let's have a look at the weather while we're here, if you don't mind. And the QNH is 1025. Let's put that in, shall we? It's high pressure. 1025. Usually high pressure is good weather. And we have it here. Obviously, we're not far away from England, and it usually is good weather. If you notice today, in most parts, it's very clear in Ireland today. Lovely day. Very nice day. I mean, it's cold, but we are well used to that. Do you know? It doesn't bother us. We're made for the cold. A flight plan. Now, flight. Okay, let's do our departure. So, Luton departure. And we're departing for runway 07. And Neki. Is this one? Yes. Oscar Lima November Echo. It has Yankee 2C, but we don't have the Yankee. I don't know why it does that, but it does work fine. It's not exactly as in the flight plan. There's always one digit missing, and I don't know why that is. If someone's ever on or knows why that is, do let me know. Insert that. Let's have a gander. That looks nice. Straight out, nice turn, and off we go. Let's do our arrival into Glasgow, where the weather is. Hopefully it'll be there when we get there, because I'll be displeased. 05. Oh no, I want ILS 05. I'll be displeased if the weather's clear when I get there. Rib FL1G. Oh. Or IB FL1G. So there's 2 digits missing here. Let's have a look and examine that and make sure. I don't know why that is, because everything's up to date, and I thought it was. Some Random Phillips here. Hi, Random Phillip. Hi, Random Phillip. I'm good. I'm good. Just a little bit pleased about yesterday's performance. You know, look, these things happen. But I've analysed it, and I'm happy with, you know, learned some stuff. Now we're back, Philip. We're back in the Fenix. We're back in the Fenix. The only thing that I spotted there, it is the fly-by-wire. Download it. It's free. See how you feel about it. Don't forget that when you go to your pad and the fly-by-wire, you have to hit the fuel, download the fuel and the weather and all the different things here. You just have to do it once, okay? That's my big mistake yesterday. So we ran out of fuel. Well, we didn't run out of fuel, but I was playing with the fuel, and then that stopped the fuel going to the engine, so we had to relight. It was terrible. Wasn't it terrible? Sorry about cutting out yesterday. I had to pop off. Oh, about leaving. That's okay. Come and go. You know, there's no pressures. Not at all. Random Phillips saying, but it ended me not being on for the rest of the stream. That's life, man, you know. That's why I leave the replays there, I guess. And on Twitch then, we have Lonely Reaper. Hey, how are you? We've got Wardster 420. Greetings, first time chat. You saying hello to Reaper. And you're saying hello to each other. Wardster 4 is saying, coffee going down well. Oh yes, I wouldn't mind a coffee, but I have my arch nemesis to drink with me, which is Coca-Cola. Yeah, which is it's a habit of mine. It's not good for your teeth anyway. Blue now, blim blam. Where was I? Okay, we're gonna check our flight plan. Let's have a look at this. I went there I went to plan mode to plan mode here, right? Now, when you go to plan mode, you can hit the up arrow in your flight plan. And you can check each leg. Boop, 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 boop. And that looks okay to me. Let me just go up here a little bit more. 10 miles. Is that 10 miles from there to there? Okay, that looks okay. We'll worry about it and we'll play it by ear. You know, if you don't like it when we get closer, we'll deal with it as we go. Okay, cool. So that's the flight plan. Now, RadNav. You check the frequencies after your return, and you can put more frequencies in there. It does it automatically. That's great. And hit page 2 now. Let's do our mass and balance, then light our APU and get out of here. In fact, we're light the APU now, so let's do that there and save time. Yep. While we're doing this, page 2. Okay, 0 for your weight, CFGs, etc. Let's go to mass and balance. Oh, only 109 people today. Not very popular today. Words got around. Word has got around with yesterday's kerfuffle. I started using that word when I watched. I loved that program. What was it? Matt Lucas and the other guy, Little Britain. I miss Little Britain, folks. Little Britain was absolutely fantastic. You know. 55.2. I miss Little Britain. I watch it from time to time on YouTube. They are so funny. It's just a 30.3 on the CG. It absolutely is hilarious. If you haven't heard of Little Britain, you've got to get into that, man. It's hilarious. Fuel planning. Block fuel is, it takes a bit. Taking that from SimBrief as well. 3.5. Confirm. Yeah. Is the altitude above sea level or... oh yes, I'm Randall Phillips saying... Sorry, Randall Phillips, I missed your comments there. I'm impressed with the fly-by-wire. Good work for a flea airplane. Yes, it is. So that's what I did, Randall Phillip. I started with the fly-by-wire, then this came out and I said, oh, okay. I'll give it a few weeks where all the bugs be ironed out. And there's a lot more added to it. They're the same airplane, which is the beauty of it. And I'm really looking forward to the other Airbuses as well, because I can fly the other Airbuses now with ease, you know. So Manifilla says, but the Fenix seems better, but I would expect that for it being paid. Yes, it is. And there's lots of stuff that even I haven't even touched on yet, that there's lots of extra added features to make it more realistic. As you can see, it has much more failures and all that kind of stuff. Ryder Phillips says, is the altitude above sea level or ground level? Is the altitude above sea level or ground level? Good question, Randall Phillip. Height and altitude are two different things. Altitude is your height above sea level. Height is your the distance between you and the surface, whether it be a mountain or the sea. So altitude is always above sea level. And your height is above the ground. Does that make sense? Okay, so let me know. Right off into page 2, we did that. And performance, folks. Let's do our V-speeds and our flex temp and all that kind of stuff. See, it's getting foggy again. Look at that. I just love that. That is so cool. I just love this flight simulator, folks. It's so fun. It's fun. It pleases me. Is that okay, Philip? Let me know if I don't answer your question. You know, reiterate it again. I have no problems with that. No such thing as a stupid question. Where was I? What was I doing? I was doing stuff and things. V-speed. So from here I go to... because that's our departure, isn't it? So I go to departure info. I never do arrival. I need to start looking at that next, you know. Okay, so we are taking off runway 07. The surface is dry. It's always dry. But it's raining all the time here in Ireland. The ground hasn't been dry for at least a month. Flaps 1 always I use. We don't know how length it's... Oh, okay. Let's... With my... I'm just guessing here by looking at that, we're going to enforce toga. And I'm guessing it's going to come down to say toga is required. Anti-ice packs are on. We get the... calculate that. That's going to take in the wind. 1025. 1025. And calculate. Will it come here? Was I right with it? Yes, I was right. Token required. Just by gawking at that. 120, 140, 140. So a V1, we're going to keep going. So it's a short enough runway. That makes sense to me. So after V1, you're going. You're taking off with an engine failure. After that, V rotation is 140, and then V2 is 140. That makes sense to me. 120 and 140. 120. 140. Can you click it twice, like in the Fenix? No. 140. Boom. Flaps are going to be 1 anyway, with a trim of up to. Up. 0.2. We're not using flex to temp because we're using toga full power, and that is it. Predicted wind shear, put that on, and cockpit doors closed and locked. Happy days. Now, seeing as I said cockpit, look at the fog's coming in, folks. The fog is coming in. This pleases me. This pleases me. We got the stairs and everything attached to the aircraft. As you can see, so we're going to remove all the stuff, assume all the passengers are on board. We're going to assume all the passengers and cargo is on board. I'm going to come out of here, go in here, and remove all that stuff. Sorry, into, yeah, ground surfaces. Remove all the stuff, get rid of the Jeep. Get rid of the stairs. Get rid of the chocks and cones. We're going to put the AP bleed on because we had the AP bleed on. And now we can get rid of... No, I don't want to do that yet. Let's follow the checklist. Okay, barometric reference is set. Yes, it is. VD, that's fine. FCDO altitude. Let's have a look at the transition altitude here. Let's have a look at the transition. Let's have a look at our airport here. Echo Golf Golf Whiskey. Luton Airport. Luton Airport. I'm just getting on your chart here to tell me. Oh, the approacher, anyone. Transition altitude, where are you? 6,000 feet. Okay, so I was a bit zealous there. So transition altitude is 6,000 feet. Good. FC altitude set. Speeds managed. Headings managed. IRS alignment is done and checked. EFIS arc at 10 miles. Flight directors both on onto 1, onto 2. You need those. APU master is already on. I did that. APU started. Crew oxygen supply. Boom. Fuel pumps. We need those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Air conditioning. Okay, we're not really worried about that, but let's just do a little bit of jiggery pokery with it. Navigation lights to the on. We put the advertising on as well, the logo. If we have AirPU bleed, good. External power removed, so we don't need external power. Cool. Have a little think before you press anything, I guess. And get rid of the GPU. Oh. Boom. Happy days. So we're good to roll. Let's get the beacon light on so we don't chop anybody up. Where are you? There you go. And let's get those engines started and push back, shall we? Yes, we shall. Having a look at the comments there. Random Phillips says also, does the toga mean, what does toga mean if I'm delaying your takeoff? No, you're not delaying anything. You're contributing to the show because other people will want to know that. Right. So, as far as I know, there's a lot to this, but it's short for takeoff, go around power. Right. That is to say that the power, see here on the tents, you got toga, takeoff, go around. So full power. Right. You've got, and these aircraft, I believe, are overpowered, which is good. Okay. Then you got flex. Right. I don't know about flex, but flex, see, if you're taking an aircraft off and you've got plenty of power, you don't need all the power, so you want to save fuel, right? So flex to temp is if you've got plenty of runway and you don't create so much noise and you can take off without burning fuel, and that's for a long runway. But toga is, first of all, for your takeoff, go around power. So if you're short runway, you want to get off the ground sooner, don't you? So use toga. Also for the go around, if you're going around, you go boom, full power. Always full power for a go around. Now there's a lot to that subject, but it's interesting when there's toga buttons, and you see this button here, and that's to do with that. But it's not really modelled here. But I must try it one day. I haven't got to that point, but that's the difference there. Does that make sense? So take off, go around, full power. Then there's flex. Then you've got your climb. This is climb here, right? This is the tent. Be very careful to get your tents right. That's why I bought the bloody the Airbus Thrustmaster, because with, you know, you gotta. What'll happen is if you're here, up here, it'll go shooting past your altitude and disconnect the autopilot and whatnot, or is it the auto throttle? You go shooting past, you're flying along too fast, and it's a disaster, because at climb, after takeoff 1,500 feet above the ground, you make sure you have it on climb, otherwise it'll stuff you up, and that's happened to me a few times. Early on, I didn't know what was going on. Why did I do that this time? I had no idea. This here is your kind of very small. I've got about an inch to play with on my physical control. That's 0 power. And then we've got to go reversers here, which is cool. Happy enough? I hope that answers that. No worries. Many questions pleases me. Mr. E, didn't Lorraine Chase come from Luton Airport? Who's Lorraine Chase? Why don't I know who Lorraine Chase is? Let me know, Mr. E, remind me. Okay, so that's odd. What is this? What's this here? Why do I have to do a loop around like that? Really? Does that look odd to you? Okay, we'll just go with it. Okay, so we're going to start the engines. We're going to get pushback. I put the beacon light on. Yes, I did. And I'm going to go 1 or 2 steps back there in my checklist. Yeah, external power off, beacon light on. And let's start those engines and get pushback going. So, where's it? Ground services? Here we go. Connect the truck, please. Come on. Tugs coming up. Brakes are off. And brakes are off. And let's start lighting number 2, shall we? So, engine mode selector on to ignition start. And engine number 2. Let's get the pushback going. Now, let's not rush. We want to go nose to the right. Okay, so tail to the left. So start the pushback, please. Look at that. China! China! We are China. Yeah. You don't want to live in China. Only Nixon can go to China. We are not to go. We're not bad enough to go to China. I can hear the engine starting up. It sounds great. Let's start up number 2. Or number 1. The second engine, I meant to say. It's very dangerous. Let's get ourselves... Oh. This says... Yeah, okay. Engine number 2's... the second engine's coming up now. Number 1. Is that someone with us in the Air China? It's only Reaper. Oh, what do you? It doesn't say what you're flying there. Are you flying the 747 Lonely Reaper? Are you actually? Is that actually or is it your fast machine? Oh, stop! Stop! Push back. Brake back on. Tugs disconnecting. Excellent.
Good afternoon,
Excellent.
ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this mostly uncomfortable and exhausting flight. We will be taking off shortly. We ask that you fasten your
Engine mode
seatbelt
back to
and
normal.
stow your
When we
loud
started.
babies in the overhead soundproof lockers. Those
We're
of
started.
you with large, oversized, ugly babies can stow them under your feet. We
AP
also
bleed
ask
off.
that your seat and table ties are in your upright position for takeoff.
AP master
Please
off.
ensure all personal electronic
Autopilot sets,
devices,
that's set
including
trim.
laptops, cell
Let's
phones,
look at the
and
fuel
powered
today, will
sexual
we?
implements are powered off. Smoking is prohibited throughout this flight, but we will
Nice.
serve large amount of alcohol to
Nothing in the
ensure
center.
that your intoxicate levels are high for these of you who are feeling unruly. Alcohol is provided to ensure your
Electrodes.
personal intoxication and
Well-
dehydration on arrival.
Neutral.
Those of you who
Moving
are
forward.
mentally compromised will also be
Force
offered
motors.
alcohol,
Neutral.
but smoking e-cigarettes
Force
is
motors,
mostly
neutral.
definitely prohibited. This will make sense to us for some reason.
Trim
Thank you for choosing Reaper Sim for your flight, and we hope you enjoy this journey with us.
2 up 2. Yeah, what happened here? Oh yeah. 304. Not a very long flight. I don't hear any people chatting. Let's have a look at FS Realistic. What's going on with that? Sometimes I hear people chat cabin ambience, and sometimes I don't. So why can't we hear people chatting? You know? What was I thinking here now? Okay, so that's all good. Let's start taxiing. Okay, so I'm going to try now. Before we get started, okay, we're taking off runway 07. Let's have a look at Navigraph here, just to get my bearings with regards to not getting lost on the taxiways. Now, Luton isn't that big. We got a taxi here, and also, if you don't mind, I'm going to get rid of you for the moment. I got to switch this on all the time, so you want to see where your aircraft is in the world. And on the plates, it's brilliant. Track north always. Okay, so now we can have a look at the airport. Which one does it say it is? Gumph. See all this stuff you got to read before, you got to know all this stuff before you depart. If you're going to operate in Luton, you got to read all this stuff. There we go. It's a pity it doesn't have it here, so you know what gate you're at. But this one is good enough. So runway 07 is down here. So we're going to take, basically, we're going to go forward onto Bravo. And we're going to come across Bravo 8, Bravo 7, Bravo 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that's kind of handy, isn't it? So now I know where I'm going. Isn't that nice? Nice simple taxiways. Let's get rid of that then, folks. Lauren Chase, come from the airport. I don't know who that is. I don't know. Lonely Reaper says, I'm in the 747-100 and NASA Endeavour shuttle launcher. Oh, how cool is that? Great. I like it. I'm just going to go back a few comments here on Twitch, folks, if you don't mind, because I didn't say hello to some of you. Wordstar 420, yeah? Hiya. First time chat. He was saying coffee. Yeah, hello, Gripper. He said he's new. Great. We're looking for people like you, so we can all learn together. Is what I'm doing. This is the thing. The gun's with us there. I can see him there on an aircraft there. Webster says, I haven't drank enough coffee yet to figure my plans for the next while. Okay, makes sense. We'll see you next Sunday. Webster says, I'm waiting on a clamp-on keyboard drawer to permit my setup for new Velocity 1 flight to fly more often again. Keyboard drawer is on its way. Great, get all your setup. That's the fun of Flight Simulator. You got all your little gadgets, you know. He also says, otherwise I got to attempt typing in all the computer-related activities with the keyboard on my lap. I get you. Okay, cool. Brilliant. Okay, let's start taxi. Brakes are off. Let's get the lights on. We want nose light to taxi. We want this puppy on here. Transponder is not to come on. Probe indicators. Auto spoilers are. We'll all arm this. I'm just going to taxi very slowly, just to replicate what happens. So we got our lights on. A little bit of bar. Come on, let's get moving. Come on. Come on. Takes a little bit of bar to get moving. Okay, good. Spoilers, we're going to arm those. We want to put on our radars. Predictive windshield is already on. Weather radar is here, but it's not active. Why did you put it on? That's on auto. Okay, good. Flaps are down to 10 degrees. Or, sorry, flaps 1. I'm thinking of a light aircraft here. Anti-ice and auto brake for the retrojector takeoff is up to max. Oh, now I hear the people talking. Let's declutter here for ambience sake. Auto brake. Nose light is already on. Runway turn off lights already. Brakes off. Weather radar's on. And chrono for the taxi, I guess. Just click it once to begin with. Takeoff config. Excuse me. Everything's green there. And constraints, you put those on as well. You see what happens when you're looking down? You go off the taxiways. On the Ruskin right. Oh dear. Am I going the right way? Yes. So, let's have a look. I'm on the Bravo taxiway. How do I know this? Because this is a paid airport, which is great. It's got all the taxiways and stuff. See it says B in black though, right? And B is ahead. Keep going straight. So if it's in black, then you're on that taxiway. Have I flown large airports like this size before in the light aircraft? No. You know, you won't be going to places like this. There's another taxi. There's keep going for Bravo. There's Bravo 7. So I'm looking at the map there. I know where I am. Great. So it's well modelled here. I think Luton will be certainly an airport when I get into VATSIM. I know I keep saying VATSIM, but I just don't get the time. I need to do that on my own. So I don't embarrass myself. Now, I won't embarrass myself. But it's just, you know. Like yesterday. When things went haywire yesterday, you know, radio is going to add so much problems for you. And we're coming up to Bravo, and we're going to 07. See here? We're on Bravo 6 now, and 07 is Cat 3 down this way. Great. So as you can see, like yesterday when all the shit hit the fan, I got to deal with the radio as well. So it adds an awful lot of load. Now the radio these days, I think, more than ever, there's a lot of work on the radio in busy airspace. Especially England is the busiest place for air. Even when I fly the light aircraft around London, England, it's nuts. It's just crazy because it's so busy airspace. Bravo 3, that's what I expect. So can you imagine yesterday? So you can't really fool around when you're on VATSIM. You can't have engine failures and stuff like that unless they're really not busy at all, you know. What is VATSIM, Philip says? Well, VATSIM, Philip, is what I want to get on to. VATSIM is the radio, right? So when I put off to taxi there, I have to have a flight plan in. I have to call them up. I have to get my flight plan. We'll keep going here. You have to have your flight plan. You have to call them up, ask for engine start normally. So it's the radio in the cockpit. So VATSIM simulates that. And actually, Philip, right? Actually, which is really cool. It's absolutely hilarious. I'm going to pull over here and just get my checks finished. VATSIM, you're on the radio. Just like when I'm flying the light aircraft up there, I'm talking to TAR, I'm talking to Approach, whoever it may be. I have to cover all my radio frequencies and I'm chatting away to them because you have to communicate with the ground at all times. So it adds another layer to the realism. And it's a program you can buy. And like, for example, let's say Luton. You log on to VATSIM and it's the guy in the tower, you press your mic, you talk to him, he gives you instructions and all that kind of stuff. And it's actually a guy who's probably practicing and wants to be a controller. Do you know? So the simulator guys like us for flight control. That's all they're into. They're not into flying the airplanes, they're into air traffic control. And they're really good at it. They're experts at it. So that's what VATSIM is. It's another layer later on to add to your flight simming. It never ends. It's it's for intelligent people, I think, flight simulator. I'm not one of them, sadly. I'm not clever enough. Okay, nose light on. Nose light to take off. And landing lights. TCAS and transponder. TA only, because it's a flight sim, and I'm not going to have and then the transponder on. So that's what VATSIM is, and you'll see that hopefully. I just need the time. And Christmas! I know I'll be streaming pops. I might take some time off for Christmas. But no, I don't know. I just need to get the time. Well, there will be time at Christmas, I'm sure. I hope. I'm going to backtrack the runway here now. See you later, Philip. I'll see you shortly. Okay, we're all clear and good. I'm going to backtrack here, use the whole runway. There we go. This Luton scenery, I like it a lot, I have to tell you. It looks really, really, really good. Lots of hills around, all those little details. I like Luton. In the simulator. I don't think it turn around that fast in the real thing, but it'll make the passengers sick at the back. They'd be vomiting, do you know? Okay. Look at all the detail. This is fabulous. Let's get lined up here. Okay. Landing lights on, and they are. And okay, are you ready to go, folks? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add tug of power, and we're going to go. Now I want to see if this button works here for tug of power. No, it doesn't really work. Okay, fine. Okay, 50% on the power to make sure they're stable. Brakes on. Good. And full power. All the way forward. Everything's in the green. SRS. And the runway is nav. SRS to climb. And tow is on. Our speed's alive. 100 knots coming up. See that there's a hump on the runway, I love it. Good. V1, we're going. Rotate. Nice and gently, 15 degrees. Oh, a little bit of a wind there. 15 degrees. Positive brake, gear up. Let's fly that. Let's hand fly this for now. Gear is up. Flaps are to come. Let's have a look outside very quickly, and then we'll take the flaps up. There's that lovely Luton. Very good scenery. I'm very pleased with that. flaps to come up. Oh, I didn't have my controller on, did I? Oh dear. Buttons in the there we go. Look like there. So I'm gonna hand fly it for a little bit. Less is more. Accelerating. Let's go to climb lever. A little bit late with that. Climb lever set. Let's start our turn. Let's disarm the spoilers. And the auto brakes are off. We don't need you. And we don't need you. Good. Now let's put the autopilot on. Oh, I may have made a boo-boo. No, I'm fine. Feet off the pedals. We're at autopilot now. Let's do the after takeoff checklist. It's all fine. Gears up. Yes, it is. And it's retracted, no lights. Flaps are retracted. Yes, they is. Spoilers are disarmed. I did that. Throttle is set to climb. Autopilot is on. Nose lights and runway turn off lights are off. Great. Takeoff checks complete. Okay. 6,000 feet. We were going to, let's just say we're climbed to... what was it? 38,000 feet. Really? Let's go to 30 initially. No, not 49. Let's just put 38 and change it as we go. Okay. Let's start that climb. Push the button in. Let's go to standard. 1, 2. Oh yeah, it's a constraint to 6,000 feet. So it's not going to climb just yet. We'll keep an eye on that. And our next step is above 10,000 feet. Landing lights off. Anti-ice safety belt signs off. So very good. Look at the way we're going to the clouds there. I love that. That is something I always wanted in Flight Simulator. This kind of atmospheric, you know, which is absolutely brilliant. It is very good. And you can even see the clouds kind of disrupting your visibility of the aircraft. It's really well done. It is really well done. Let's see why we're not climbing. We're probably not out of that constraint yet. No, we're not. Let's have a look up here. Just as I climb. We should start climbing after this. A bit more chats there on YouTube. Oh yeah, thank you, Clappy D. Don't forget to hit the like button, folks, or the equivalent to Twitch. I'd appreciate it. Salman is with us again, Al Rashi. I will try to catch you. I'm going the same route. Oh, great. You'll catch up. Clappy D, Gripper, Lorraine Chase featured in the music video Luton Airport. You introduced us to that a few months ago. Yes, I did. So Lorraine Chase is the singer of the song Luton Airport. Now I can't put it on. I'd show you a quick flick of it, but of course YouTube go, oh, copyright claim, you know, which is ironic. The ironic thing is YouTube. So if I put that song on, right, it's so catchy, and everyone's forgotten about it, and it's a new generation's out now. If I put that song on for 30 seconds, people go, that's really cool, I'm going to download that song and pay for it. You know? But no, copyright. So the song will remain hidden from eternity. So hide that stuff, that good stuff from the back in the day. Still a good song for now, isn't it? Luton Airport. Let's see if I go ooh-wee ooh Luton Airport. If I even not mention the lyrics, apparently I get a copyright tag. Will I try it? Lyrics to Luton Airport. Right, I'm going to say it. I'm going to see, and I'll tell you. I'll tell you if we get a copyright claim. Okay, I'm not going to put the song on because you know we get a copyright claim if I do that. But I'm going to mention the lyrics to Luton Airport. Okay. I'm just getting them another window here. Lyrics. Let's see the keyboard. Let me just check this airplane first before we start fecking around. So it's oh, we got a bit to go. Really? Okay, let's go with it. So, lyrics to Luton Airport. Song. Oops. Oh dear. It's hard to set the keyboard. Do I have the lyrics? Luton Airport lyrics. Okay, so if there's a cut, right? I'm going to. Is it the lyrics? Yeah, I'm going to mention the first bit, right? So if there's a cut, and you look at this video, and it's muted or anything like that, that's YouTube. That's YouTube. Here's the lyrics to Luton Airport. Excuse me. As I closed the garden gate, I was really in a state. Suitcase in each hand and no transport. The taxi should have been there. He said there was no way. I thought if he didn't hurry up, I'd miss me holiday. Finally, he turned up and I told him what I thought. Then to my surprise, he said, "Sod it, you can walk." I had to show a bit of leg because the time is running out, and the geezer stopped me and said, hop it in, I could take you to Luton Airport. Ooh wee ooh, Luton Airport. Great song. Now, so there, if that bit was cut, you will know. I'll tell you tomorrow. Oh no, I'll tell you on Sunday, because I'm not on tomorrow. It's a great song. Really is. Luton Airport. Ooh wee you. I think we switched down very low in the cockpit. There we go. We're climbing as well. So it is climbing. It's gone past that constraint. Up we go to 38,000 feet. What is the best? That is going to be in Prague. Optimal at 35. 38, really? It's not a long trip, you know. Really? 272 miles to go. 28,000 feet. Let's do my little calculation for shits and giggles. Okay, let's start getting ready for our approach, okay? And then I'll have a look at the oh, wrong way says it was 1976. Great. I'm gonna get ready for the approach. It won't take long, like a few seconds. I'm gonna have a read of the comments there again. So the approach. We are. Let's play with this now, because time is the fire in which we all burn. So we're gonna be quick. Blah blah blah. No, we're going to Glasgow, please. Echo Golf, Papa, Foxtrot for Glasgow. No? I want to start pinning this stuff down. Let's pin. Let's first of all get. Sorry. Let's first of all. Can I remove the camera there when I'm doing this? I'm gonna have my little drinky poos. It's not alcoholic, don't worry. Everything will be fine. I'm not drinking. Not drinking.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may relax your safety belts and scramble around the cabin now. We'll be passing out alcohol shortly. Please order more than just one drink at a time, as is customary. The toilets are also ready for use, while left is due now to defecate is beyond us. Thank you.
Okay, now I just realised there we're got above 10,000 feet when she was talking there, so we don't want this to happen. Now they can stumble around the cockpit as much as they please, you know. Start drinking heavily, as is customary on flights. Okay, so standard instant arrival. We are coming into runway 05. Please let there Okay. 05 ILS. Let's see here. Okay, that's good. That will do us. Let's pin that. How do I pin it here? Do I pin it here? Like that. I gotta give it a name. So then when I come out here, oops. I'm trying to pin, this is something new for me now as well. I'm trying to pin that onto the chart, you know. There we go, that's how it's done. I'm going to pin it. There we go. Very nice. So, that's set up there. Great. Come back to that now in a second. Climb manage. Cruise manage. Set manage. Arrival. QNH. I can change it as we go. My flight. Weather. And arrival. Now, I said the weather was bad. Okay, so that is the OK identifier for Glasgow. Issued the second, 1850 Zulu. Wind is 070 knots. Visibility is 2,400 meters. Drizzle. Mist. Yes, I like it. Broken. Only 4,400 feet. Overcast. 1,000. 2.8. Temperature 8. QNH is 1029. That's a new one. Red Z. What? That's a new one. There's always something. I've never seen that before. Oh, excuse me. So, does anyone know what red Z means? Wow, that's one I haven't seen. And I've seen a lot of these. Okay, if anyone knows, let me know. We look it up if we get the time. We look it up. Okay, QNH and our destinations were 029. I'm going to put it in here just for shits and gigs. The backup. .029. Temperature is, this is sure, 8. Magnetic wind 0705 knots. Boom. Oh, I stuffed it up somehow. 070. Boom. I'll put in 05. Plans is 6,000 feet. Some stone going in here. Do you know what? I'm going to see. You can change the interior of the cockpit here, and that bothers me. I'm just going to go to sim settings. It's supposed to save it, and it's not saving it. If I go to cabin here, sorry, is it units? No, is it here? Is it here maybe? Yeah, I want all of this stuff on. Thank you. Let's go back to my flight. What's next? What is next here to go in here? That's everything put in there, okay? The next thing here is our barrow, okay? Now, there are procedures for this, but of course it's a flight simulator. And I'm going to use the radio. What's the visibility here? So, you see, there could be a situation where you can't land like with this weather, right? You can't land with that weather, okay? So what I'm thinking of doing is I have a diversion. You know, we've got to divert that into somewhere else. I haven't planned that into the flight computer. This is a lack of knowledge on my behalf, right? At the moment only, right? So I'm going to put the radio. I'm going to use the radio. Just pure logic, really, because it's more accurate, isn't it? The QNH, isn't it? Because it's a radar to the ground. We can do Cat 2. You know, that's the height here and the radio. So which one do you use? I'm told to use. You know, I'm only going to use the radio. I think that's only logical. Now, let's use missed. Okay, Cat. Oh, we can do Cat 3, but I want to fly it manually, right? So I'm going to put in 50 And I'm going to fly it manually into Cat 3, but I should have the autopilots on, okay? So I'm going to put the decision height on the radio at 50 feet. If we don't see the runway at 50 feet, we've got to go around. 50 feet on the radio, and that's the radio. Whereas the barrow, of course, is taking from the Q&H. Like yesterday, if I stuffed that up and didn't change it to the Q&H, I could screw everything up and I'm going to smash it to the ground. So, let's try the radio. That's our minimums for today, right? Because I want to hand fly the thing down to the ground with bad weather. Okay. Excellent. What else now? Also, the height of the chart is 2,400 feet. Let's put that in now. Are we at our cruise? No, we're not, so we can't put that in now. We're still climbing. Let's have a look at the car around that. Missed approach. Climb straight ahead to 3,000 feet. Or D5 Indy uniform. Here's Indy uniform. Whichever is earlier. Okay, so that's the RLS, isn't it? It's the RLS. D5, interfere uniform, whichever is earlier. Then turn right to reach VOR or locator at 3,000 feet or is directed. If unable to achieve 2,000 feet by D5, turn right to D5, Indy uniform 2095 until passing 2,000 feet. Turn right to reach VOR. Locator 3,000 feet or is directed. See, there's a lot of stuff happening there when you do go around. That's why they have two people. Okay. Height of the runway is 26 feet and airport elevation. Okay. We check the frequencies as well. Has it changed the frequencies yet? Let's go to RadNav. 28,000 feet, 900 feet now. 30,000 feet right now. Oh. 110. Decimal 1. 110.1. Done. Approach course is 48. That's 48. Exactly like on the chart. 110.1 and 048. So that's going to tune it in automatically for us, which is really quite cool. Very nice. Okay. Oh. Hang on. Runway T6, what am I doing here? Runway 05, yes. Okay, bit of a panic attack there. We're not going to runway T6, I just saw the T6 here, look. That's this. 26 feet. That's 26 feet. Right. 36 feet. The runway is 26 feet. 26 feet. There we go. Alright. Let's get the cameras back on and have a look at the chat. Cameras activating. Yep. Oh. Okay. Back to the chat. I'm having a look at YouTube first. Mr. E says, are there any planes that you would really like to be in the sim? What would I like in the sim? Well, actually, I have to tell you, they're very clever, because I would have said the Cessna 152, but they have that. That was one of the first aircraft, right? They did a very good job because they knew what they were doing, right? They had this old, the Cessna 172 is there, the DA62 is there. I would like the DA42 actually, but the DA62 is pretty much the same. It's the exact same cockpit as the DA42. So if I was doing a renewal, you know, I would like a DA62 because that's the aircraft I do my renewals on for the twins, you know. But it's not much different. It's like the Airbus, you know, the A62. I'd like the DA42 actually, yeah, I would. Just purely for renewable purposes when I'm renewing my actual license in the real world. So they've just to start off with Microsoft, they've done a very good job with the aircraft they put in when they released it. Because everyone's going to, you know, if you're going to be flying, you know, in the real world, and you want to play around with it in the sim, always be cautious. The sim is not the same as the real thing. It is procedurally, yes. Anyway, then just Coronado came out with a lot of good aircraft. You know, the arrows are out there and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's not the question you asked. The question you asked is what I like in the sim. Let's say now, I'd like more Airbuses, right? Purely selfishly, because that means I can fly a lot of different types of airplanes without having to relearn the whole damn thing. Because Airbuses are all the same, roughly the same logic. And the logic being with Airbus is that, and this is why airlines like Airbuses, because they, you know, they can have their pilots flying the smaller one like this one, or the bigger ones as well, and there's not much crossover in training. Whereas the 737s and Boeing, there's a lot of training between one aircraft and the other. And that costs a lot of money. What would I like? More Airbuses of any type. A380's coming soon. What else would I like? I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Do you know? The DA42 speaks to mind. A real good one of those. The reason I say that is because the DA42 now, do you know what the DA42 looks like? Let me show you a picture here. Sorry, I know that took you out there for a minute. Sorry. It's not my fault, it's Windows. DA42. I'm not taking responsibility for what just happened there. Not taking responsibility for what just took place. This is the DA42, and as you can see, it looks exactly like the DA62. The DA62 has more seats in it, but the cockpit's the same. And this aircraft now is becoming very popular in the training world. If you go over to Spain, most people go over to Spain to do that training now. Not a lot go to the UK because of Brexit. You need an EU license, really. But the DA42 is very popular for training. So that's got to come, you know. Because you can practice your procedures in the DA62, engine failures and all that kind of stuff. So that's a real good airplane. So that's what I would like in the sim. DA42. Very cool aircraft. Okay. Wrong Way 2001 is saying Lorraine Chase, who's the songer of Luton Airport, the song, right? Used to be in a Campari advert where her catchphrase was "No Luton Airport." Probably a precursor to the song. It was, yeah, 1976. Yes, you're absolutely right. Let's have a look at Twitch now. Any new comments? Is everyone dozed off now? No, the last one there was from Lonely Reaper. He said, "I'm so far behind, but I dropped the shuttle off." Okay, let's see who's flying along. Let's have a look outside. Let's just keep an eye on where we are, folks, because I'm getting there thick and fast. It's going to be an interesting landing, an interesting approach, purely on the reasoning that low visibility will be low. There's someone below us there now. That is our friend Lonely Reaper. Let's tag up. I know that's Lonely Reaper, isn't it? Lonely Reaper? Yes, it is. It's in 747. Lonely Reaper, you are terrifying your passengers, my friend. Terrifying your passengers. So Lonely Reaper's with us, the 747. Can you see anyone else? Everyone else now, it's Friday, you're all in the pub. Well, that's fine. What are you doing, Friday? Or you're getting ready to go to the pub. You know, or you're having your tea. That's just me and Lonely Reaper now, it's all it's showing. I know there's more of you, but I won't show you. There was a lot of people on at one point, and I know what happened is that, you know, the schedule is so important when I'm streaming here. It's got to be the same every day, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 6 o'clock is the schedule, and if I drop the schedule for any length of time, that's it. I'm not blaming people going, it's them all. I'll watch someone else. So it's very important for me, in my own mind anyway, to keep that up. And I just have to keep trying my best to do that. And it'll happen. Look at that weather there. Let's declutter there. Look at that weather there, you know. Since they brought in that haze and the fog, it's just stunning. Isn't it? Now, I have to say to you, right? Also, what I like to do is I got my view setting? There we go. There we go. Now the cabin lights should be. Oh, this should be on, really, shouldn't they? There we go. Oh, right, is that happening? Is that happening? There we go. Oh, I'm on my own. One day, I guarantee you this, they'll have people eating their sandwiches, talking, they'll have all the, you know, they'll have all the stuff happening in the cabin. That will happen, I have no doubt about that. The way things are going. We got more chit chats here, great, from YouTube. Wrong Way is saying, oh yeah, he said, John started from Birmingham, but still some way behind. John C939. Okay, John, I'll keep an eye out for you. Excellent. I'm delighted you're on board. Don't forget you can friend me on YouTube. Sorry, you can friend me within Microsoft Flight Simulator, not Xbox, but Microsoft Flight Simulator. Look up Gripper Sim, and I'll always accept that. Also, join us in the North European server anytime. You won't get in my way. But it would be polite when I'm landing not to be in front of the runway, wouldn't it? To be on the runway when I'm trying to land, because that would be displeasing. We're just reaching our cruise altitude now, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we're reaching our cruise, and we're going to be descending very soon. Look at this, up and down. Let's do my calculations very quickly. We are at 38,000 feet. 38,000. 38 multiplied by 3 is 114 plus 10 equals that. Minus 2 for the ILS. 122 miles out. I'm guessing. It's an educated guess because I've been using my calculator. And it's a good guess. I'm going to say we are going to be descending as close as possible to 122 nautical miles out. So what I'm saying is when we get to this bit here, there we are at the top climb now. Here we're going to start our descent, and I'm hoping that's going to be 122. Is it going to be anywhere? Speed air at Linux. Ooh, okay. 22, 20 miles to go. I may make it. It may be closer than you realise. So, you know. Thank you, Clappy D, for the Discord. Do join the Discord, folks. As you can see, Clappy D there is really helping out, and that's what our Discord is like. Everyone is incredibly helpful. So if you're stuck and you want to take Microsoft Flight Simulator as a hobby, here's the link for the Discord and Twitch as well. Discord is your man. I'm not on it as often as I would like because I'm doing this now. I do post for the Sunday streams, and you get the flight plan for the Sunday streams, which is at 9 o'clock local Irish time, Irish UK time, 2100 hours local. And, you know, everyone's very friendly and supportive. You know, you learn an awful lot from everybody. I know I'd have. So we're coming up to our descent now. Well, maybe I'm not as clever as I thought. So I said 122, it's 136. Okay, let's, you know, a couple of miles out. Let's not split air. So that's not bad. Producer Buttons has arrived into the room. And she's going to start kicking off. As per the schedule. Going to start descending now. Oh, I should have done this. Start descending. Boom. Let me have a look here at the double confirm. 2,400 feet. Look here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. We are descending. Just double check that. Yes, we are. I'm just going to push it in again. I don't know if you have to do that twice after changing the altitude. So we're a little bit above our profile. Now here's the difference between this and the fly-by-wire. One of the differences anyway that I've discovered. There's the profile here, look. Now it'll adjust its rate of descent to here. Producer Buttons kicked off. Hello, Producer Buttons. Would you like to say hello to everybody? Producer Buttons, if I can angle the camera correctly. There you go. Nice producer buttons. Producer buttons are going to start jumping up on me. High five to you, producer buttons. High five. What is it you want, producer buttons? Okay, folks, you know what's going to happen. You know it, I know it, producer buttons knows it. We all know what's happening now. What's happening now is, if I don't give producer buttons her treat, if producer buttons doesn't get her treat, she's not going to be happy. Okay? And she's going to start jumping around the place, distracting me on final. So I'm going to try and avoid that. Right? So I'm going to put my checklist down here neatly. And we're going to get producer buttons a treat to appease her. This is not the normal time. Well, it is now. Because she knows what she's doing. She knows I have to give her a treat. Would you like a treat, producer buttons? No. Would you like a treat? I think so. Okay, I'll go ahead and give producer buttons a treat. Okay. I'll be back in 9 seconds. 9 seconds. Yep. Okay. Yeah. I'm out of the seat. I'll be back in 9 seconds. And have a listen to our descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be making our approach shortly. We ask that you take your drinks to your seat and fasten your safety belt. We'll be offering more drinks shortly. Also, we would like to take this time to thank you all of our subscribers and members for supporting our endeavors. If you are not a subscriber on Twitter or member on YouTube, please consider joining in order to secure our adventures fair into the future. Thank you.
Very good. Use the buttons except for doing any production work. Okay, folks, sorry about that. It is the way. Now use the buttons. Big treat here for oh. Okay. Jeez, I'm going to wait. There you go. Descent checklist, folks. FCD altitude is pushed and set to 2,400 feet. Producer buttons has been given a treat. Safety belt signs on. On. Anti-ice is required. Barometric reference set. Let's just check to see if it hasn't changed in any way. 1027, wasn't it? Now it's 1029. Oh, it was 1029. It wasn't. Okay. 1029, fine. We're going to do that when we go past the transition altitude, which is... What was it? It was 7,000 feet, wasn't it? 6,000 feet transition altitude. Our barometric reference is going to be set there. When around 10,000 feet, landing light is to come on. We've got 17,000 feet to go before that happens. What's the next step? Next step is 10,000 feet. And then it's 7,000 feet for the Q&H. SW Reaper. Good. Are we on profile here? It's going very slow, 240 knots there. That must be speed restriction. Well, Well, there's a restriction of 26,000 feet coming up here, it looks like, but... Oh, we've just gone over it now, so we can continue descending. Great, okay. Happy days. Next stitch is to 20,000 feet, so it's coming down nicely. Any messages here? No messages here. We're all good, so let's get ready for... there's nothing more we can do, really. There must be something else we can do. Okay, fine. We'll do some eye candy action, folks. It's going to be evening time when we come in. Can we see anyone else? Anyone else with us today? No, Fridays after work. You're going out. You're getting ready for your... Anyone getting ready to go out? You know? Are you all getting ready and you're, you know, getting organised? I hit the town. That's only a Reaper. Oh, here comes Oliver, a boiler. Did you say you were with us as well? And there's lots of other people floating around. Anyone else? No? Not that I can recognise yet. We might have some new people though. I know your Microsoft name might be different than your handle here on Twitch or YouTube. Let's have a look at some comments. No more comments on Twitch. Does anyone think Ripper's chair looks depressed when he's not on it? Possibly. I know my girlfriend thinks so. No. 23,000 feet. I'm doing nothing now. Now, another thing I noticed between this and the fly-by-wire is you can use your FMC here for, you know, they're separate, you know. They're quite separate. That's another thing I noticed. When I go to change the QNH now, it's going to be, I'm going to have to do both. And on the fly-by-wire it's the same. It's not the same because it does it, you know, if you change this one, that one changes. You know, right and left is the same thing. You know, if you make a change on the left, it's on the right as well at the same time. Clappy do seem to have got that. I don't know if that was funny or not at all. Right. It's better not to try to be funny. What else? So is that it? Just sit here? Just sit here, descent, and chit chat to yourself. You know? I'm going to just switch the cameras off temporarily if you don't mind. Boom, boom, boom. Our time here at the top is saying 12 minutes to go, is it? Is it 12 minutes? Okay. That's the overhead, I think, the runway. Well, it would be far. We're 21,000 feet now descending. We're on profile. Yeah, we're on profile. It's nice just to glance in here and see, okay, Grant, everything's fine here on the profile. I'm going a little bit slow, but that's fine. Right? Great. What I really need to do is work out some sort of flow. A consistent flow with regards to when to do what, where. Now, it is kind of consistent, but some sort of procedures that they may use in the real airlines, because, you know, when the shit hits the fan, then some of that might go out the window with one person. You know? Excuse me. Let's have a look at the window here. There we go. I would like some noise in the cabin, actually, you know. That would be nice. They've done a great job with the cabin. Cabin lights should come off, shouldn't they? At some point. Let's see about that, shall we? Puts me in a little bit, it's a bit tall there. Now, so you can switch off the cabin lights. You got to do it from here though. Cabin lights off. I don't know what visibility is. Is it? Oh, excuse me. Let's see what happens when we do that there. Cabin visibility. Oh, I like it. So the cabin disappears so you can see, you get a nice wing view. Okay. Okay. I like it. That is pretty cool. That is nice, isn't it? Very nice. Let's hop into the cockpit then and put that back to the cabin visibility. Its own. And the cabin lights will be off. There you go. Cabin lights off. It'd be gas if you had the money, you know. You could have maybe two rows of seats in your simulator at home behind the cockpit, you know, if you had all the gear. And they could have drinks, and you'd have the monitors outside the windows, so they'd see this. They looked out the window. Wouldn't that be hilarious? And they could all get drunk, you know. Maybe have a first class cabin or something. I saw that somewhere, and I can't find it again on YouTube or something. To have a little. Oops. Let's check our happenings here. I'll do that when I'm a millionaire, and as we all know, that's going to happen imminently. So, you know, with all the viewers on this show, I make jest. Okay, we're 5,000 feet to go now. We're on the glide, or idle. As we should be. Where are the lights there? Incidentally, there. Here we are. Let's get the floodlights on here. Let's get the floodlights on here. Clappy D, as ever. I must put the recorder on my checklist actually. I must put that in my checklist, Clappy D. You know? Thank you, Clappy D. It was on my mind, but sometimes I have forgotten in the past, haven't I? Because you want to see that landing. And it's going to be a superb landing. Now, I like to play with waypoints a little bit. I have to do that on my own. You can add a waypoint anywhere you like, which is nice. Do a hold. We're a little bit above our, you know, profile, but not by much, but it's going to take a while to get to it. So it's just saying we're going a little bit too fast. And why are we going too fast? We're going too fast because when we're on idle, we've got to keep our profile, and we're going to be too fast. So it's going to be asking me for speed brakes now. And I bet you it'll say more drag here. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. Let's get back on profile now. Well, let's just wait for it to say drag here. I think we'll be alright. There's no point using the speed brakes and spoilers unnecessarily, is there? 1,600 feet to go now until we put the old landing lights on. And then the transitions to 6,000 feet and QNH goes to barrel. Just the descent checklist is already complete. Some Radifs Phillips, you're back. You're back just in time because the most interesting bits are the approach and the takeoff, isn't it? And that's where it all happens. The cruiser's just sitting there, you know, so you're timing yourself well there, Philip. Clappy Juice is good move, the checklist. All right, in there. This checklist is falling apart now because it's the first one I've used. Record. And there it is. Go on. See. Let's see the checklist now. Okay, landing lights on. Did I not take them up? Bloody hell, that's so infuriating. Oh, they're on now. Jesus. Hey, in my checklist. Oh no, they're not in my checklist. Climb. Yeah, it's not. Landing lights aren't in my climb checklist. No wonder I keep doing that. Because I keep doing that, yes? That ain't my checklist. Because I'm busy. You gotta remember, I'm busy yapping all the time. Landing lights. Not very well written in. But I will print out a new checklist at some point. Going down to the 7,000 feet restriction now. Going a bit too fast, so it's definitely going to tell us more. Oh no, it's not. Oh, it's slowing down nicely. Okay, let's on the approach phase now, folks. We're doing it. No, sorry, performance. Activating approach phase now. Confirm. Done. Okay. You will see here that the go around is in. Let me zoom in a little bit for you, best I can. See here, that's the go around, and it's great because you just add full power. If the autopilot's on and you add full power to go around, or you put the autopilot back on, it'll follow that, and then you just code here, and then you figure out what you're going to do. Okay, let's see if the weather's changed very quickly. My flight, isn't it? Yes, it is. Oh, sorry, the mic is put the wrong way. Let's just check the QNH here. QNH is 1029 still. 5,000 meters visibility. Let's say we're cleared now. Let's go to 1029. Push it in. 1029. No, 1029 once. It's given out to me because I didn't do it quick enough. 029 twice. This is 1029 once, 1029 twice, 1029 thrice. That is set to go past the transition altitude of 6,000 feet. Very good. Approach reset. Okay, so checklist. NG range, I'm happy with that. Constraints are displayed and on. Confirm ILS frequency, you've done that already, and that's all fine. That's in here. One day I didn't know, I hadn't, sorry, I was in RadNav. There's a frequency, I checked that already. 048 for the intercept. Localizer, okay, so the next bit, next step. Capture the localizer. When I capture the localizer, this button here will be pressed and it'll take us down the ILS. If I wanted to do Cat 3, I'd press the autopilot on. That's all I do, and it'll take us down flare, and you have to brake. That's all you have to do. Right, so that's nice. And ILS mode. We'll have the ILS on as well. We're 12 miles as the crow flies. 11.9 miles now. And 10 miles out to be flaps 1. Really nice. Let's get the cameras on. Boom, boom, boom. Cameras are on. And from my control inputs, let's get that camera there. Can you see there? There's the control column. Now it's going to get dark and ominous, folks. It's going to get dark and ominous. Ominous. Oh, brilliant. That's started to happen a lot now. I thought they fixed that. So what's happened there is they've updated the weather, it appears, and you know, and all the clouds are gone. QNH is still the same. That's kind of infuriating, isn't it? Kind of takes you out a bit, you know. So it looks like it's clearing up now, but I have to tell you that according to the QNH, and I better get what I want here. Oh, it's 5,000 meters mist. So 5,000 meters visibility. So the visibility is half a kilometer now. View 500. Overcast at 1,500. Yeah, so 1,500 feet. It should be overcast. And it ain't overcast, folks. You know, is it? No. No, I'm just moaning. Don't worry about me. 4,000 feet now. I want to get below the glide slope. So, I want to see that glide slope coming up. I want to see that coming up, folks. I'm looking here at 8.3 and I'm thinking hopefully we'll get the 10 miles out when we get to here. You know, if you don't go below the glide slope, there's something weird happening. And I'll have to go around and do it manually, I guess. Do you know? Poor random Philip has to go again. Sorry, Philip. Lone Ripper says sorry for yesterday's landing, Ripper. Why would you just be sorry for yesterday's landing? No worries, my friend. Okay, we're just a bit tight here with regards to the glide slope here. That's very tight. But we're going to continue to descend. I'd like to capture it about 10 miles. I thought that was the way, but obviously not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to arm approach mode now. Good. Approach mode is armed. So it's going to intercept the ILS now. And let's see how that goes. So we've got to keep an eye on that. So flaps 1. I should have put that down a bit earlier. Gear down. That'll slow us down. Approach mode is already active. Flaps 2. A little bit early with flaps 2. Okay. Alright. Spoilers armed. Brakes. On to medium. Let's get the lights on. Fiddly. Lights are on. And we're good. Let's get rid of this. Let's clear ourselves up. Let's get off the autopilot there. Autopilot is now off. It's my aircraft. And I better not stuff this up. Less is more. Less is more. 5.7 miles to go, and we're good. Less is more. 1,000 feet from what we'll do. Oh, easy now. Is that off? Autopilot's off, yeah. Autopilot's off. Less is more. Less is more. Pushing very nose forward. Very slightly. 1,000 feet a minute here. Bit fast. Lots of nose up. That'll stuff us up. But I'll fix it. Flaps 3 now. A little bit high in the descent. That's okay because of the flaps. Full flaps. Full flaps are set. This is more. Okay, runway's in sight now. Hand on throttles.
500.
Speed's good. Around the poppies. We've been blown off. Winds from the right. In a little bit. A bit high. Oh,
100 above.
throttle's mine.
Minimum.
And central
30.
line. Continue.
20. Retard. 10.
Nose comes right down very quickly, the nose wheel. Reverse thrust on. It takes a while for that reverse thrust to kick in, folks. It's on and then it's off. Welcome to Glasgow. The weather cleared, I think, a little bit. Brakes off. Brakes off. Don't make me stop. Damn you. Go on. Keep going. Keep going. Flaps are up. Spoiler disarmed. Brakes are off. When I say brakes are off there, it's the auto brake. I think it's the auto brake that kind of stops you. I'm going to take a right turn here. We're going to stop. And we're going to... oh, there's no lighting here yet. There is. There is a little bit of lighting. Let's just come past this line here. So, not the best I have done, and I'll tell you why, exactly why that wasn't the best, because I was going, oh, isn't it 10 miles out? And we're 8 miles out. You want to have those flaps configured a lot earlier. There was a big nose up attitude there when I put those flaps down. Was it from 1 to 2? And, you know, that unsettles everything. We're going a bit too fast for a while, but I fixed that. So, parker brake on, and so that's why I don't know why I keep thinking that it should be 10 miles. Maybe it shouldn't be, you know. Radar's off. Lights off, retracted. When we turn off lights, no sight after taxi. Is that off down there? Yeah, it's hard to see from this angle. City bus sign stays on. What have I forgotten? Let's see if I get the checklist out here. So here we are, Glasgow Airport, folks. Welcome everybody. Just in the golden hour. Not a big airport, but it does the job. Oh, right. Oh, okay. It's a little bit. It's a bigger airport. It's a bigger airport. Let's see if we can get the taxi instructions. Let me just reset that cam there for the moment. Let's see if we get some taxi instructions. Okay, after landing checklist then in that case, folks. Weather radar is off, yes it is. Flaps are up, yes it is. TCAS is off, yes it is. And transponder is off. Predicted wind shear is off. Yes, I switched that off. Nose light is on to taxi. Landing light are all off. Spoilers are disarmed. APU master, and start the APU. Boom. 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000 start. And anti-ice required. Okay, good. So let's taxi in. Let's get some. Let's take the park brake off and see what Microsoft Flight Simulator says where we want to taxi. Turn to ground. Request taxi to gates. Let's take this down and do this properly this time. We're going to gate 34 using Charlie Alpha Golf November. Acknowledge clearance. Now, you can't just stop the taxiway like this in the real world. So they would have prepared this before. You'd know, wouldn't you? So we're just going to have to slow it down a bit, folks. And we prepare it now. So, taxi. It's all wordy stuff. There we go. So, Oh, that's disused taxiway. Yeah. Anyway, so gate 34 for Charlie. Yeah, okay, we're doing that. Alpha. That's Alpha. Then we're looking for Golf, which is along here. And November, which is way down here. Excellent. Let's do all of that then, shall we? So, it's simpler the airport for VATSIM when you're taxiing, the better. Park brake off, let's start taxiing. What is this? Auto flight autopilot off. Yeah, I know the autopilot's off. I switched it off on purpose. Predicted wind shear off. Yeah. Company message APU available. Company message. What is that? Is that here? Nope. It's in the APU. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to hold here. What's this company message? You can get company messages in here somewhere. Now, let me think about this. You go in here, go into MCDU, ATSU, ACE, you here. Weather, version, received messages, load sheet. Compliance, received takeoff. Okay, that's a bit late now to have that message. Did I get that earlier on? I didn't see that before. So that must be what the company messages is for. It's gone there now. Interesting. Okay, let's go. Let's get our taxiing done. And then we're going to do the replay. Come on. So that's 50% throttle, and I've moved the controls about a few, like a quarter of an inch. Not much throw, but look. It's just a question of getting used to it, isn't it? Let's turn down here to Glasgow. And let's have the old eyes there. Very nice. Now, let's have a look at these markings here. Alpha. And we're on Alpha. See, when I look down at my pad here, Charlie, we're on. Now we're in Alpha. We're looking for now Golf. We're looking for Golf now. We're still on Alpha, and it says Golf to the right. You see that? We're on Alpha. So Alpha is the with the black, if you know what I mean, and then Golf's to the right. Well, it's starting to rain slightly. Very nice. Changeable weather, folks. That is just incredible. I love it. It's just so immersive while you're doing this. And the weather changes all the time, especially in this part of the world. Okay, so we're still on Golf. We're looking for November next. Atmospheric, folks. Atmospheric. Keep going for Golf. We're looking for gate 34. Yeah, just the lights, the way the rain hits off the windshield. Now you got to remember, I'm looking quite close up at the monitor. I'd love a bigger monitor because it'll take up more space. You know, Golf. No, keep going for November. Good stuff. And after this area here is November, so let's start slowing down here and let's use my brain here a little bit. November. So now we're looking for gate 34. So I need to turn in here. 32. I can see it on the ground there. 40. There I can see 33. Very nice. 34 should be the next one. 34. Now please have the man with the sticks. I want the man with the sticks. I want the marshaller. There's no marshaller. There's no marshaller, folks. Now, I'm going to ask you folks, right, if you're still on. GSM. I know the passengers walk in the air. Is it worth it? Do you have it? Do you find it a pain in the neck? Is it just, you know, is it good for anything? Or should I wait and not get it? Because I instantly said I'm not buying that because it's broken. You know? It's just broken. Welcome to a halt here. There we go, folks. We are at gate 34. Parker brake coming on. And let's have a look at this Glasgow very quickly. I just saw something in the window there. So what I like is that you've got, you know, they got people inside and stuff. Although they're not moving, but I just noticed off the cockpit it just adds a little bit of ambience, doesn't it? Glasgow Airport, folks. Lonely Reaper. Who else is with Lonely Reaper? It's just Lonely Reaper. Well, it is Friday. Everyone's out drinking in copious amounts of alcohol. Very, very well done in Glasgow. Really is a very well done airport. Look at all the detail far away from the airport itself. The Holiday Inn, folks. Car parks. Terminal buildings. Entranceways. There we go. Let's we all get out of your taxis. Excellent, Glasgow. Excellent. Let us have a look at the replay, folks. I'm going to put the daylight on a bit. I'm going to put on the daylight a little bit, if you don't mind, so you can see at least the wheels touching down, because you won't see much of this. Let's first of all get the recorder here. I'm going to put the flaps back down, because it doesn't record anything. I'm going to switch off the engines and stuff, because if I switch off the engines and whatnot, it'll mess up the replay. So, stop recording. Replay. Let's pause the replay. Let's go down a little bit. Let's take it down a little bit further. Resume replay. Let's have a look outside. As you can see, it's gone crazy in the cockpit. Is that the weather radar? Is that a weather radar there? Or is it the ground radar? It's the ground radar. Okay. Actually, hang on a minute. Just bear with me, folks. Pause replay. I did not have that in the flight. Is that the weather radar? The ground radar. Oh, it's on. I didn't have it on. It's the terrain radar. Okay. Jesus, it's got crazy now. See, it's unfortunate the way they don't do the recording. Okay, so yeah, I was a little bit late with the flaps and flaps because it was 8 miles in, and I should be 10 miles in. I have it in my head that's always 10. Let's declutter. I have it in my head that's always 10 miles I'm going to get. It's not the case, I believe. I'm guessing. So no matter what you're doing, you know, I got to put the flaps down 10 miles out and just get configured early. Now I rescued it, but still, it was fine. We can see nothing yet. Look, I like it. Let's do this way first. Let's keep it at night time. So not visual yet for a good while. At that's the point I think I lowered the flaps there, and it was a big nose up pitch, and that just screwed us up a little bit. I was late with the flaps, so we're going a little bit too fast, but I rescued that and we got our 140 knots by long before here. So there's the lights there. Slowly coming into view. Really nice. Over the road. It was a little bit of a landing, I suspect. Oh, we're on the poppies. All the way down. Okay. Okay, and we're getting the touchdown markers just after them. Alright. And I pulled back for the nose wheel, but it's quite hard. Okay. I'm not going to... You know, let's go back again. I think it was earlier on. Now let's get some daylight here for this bit here. There we go. Resume replay. Let's get a nice angle here. Better angle, maybe here. There we go. Nothing to see here. You know. Very good. Let me just get rid of some of those cameras. Sorry, folks. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. There we go. Nothing yet. There's the runway now. Now we are a little bit too high there. And we were on speed. There we go. Now we're on the patties. So it's 100%. A little bit high, but I'm not going to, you know. There we go. On the patties all the way down. I just flared a little bit extra. Just for the smooth touchdown. I didn't need to do that. But that's okay, actually. See, I just wanted a little bit of a... There we go. And nose wheel down. The nose wheel does seem to block itself down. Back onto the centre line. And happy days. Happy days, folks. So that was much better than yesterday's flight. Much more organised. You know, much more organised, so I can sleep tonight. That's what I'm saying there, right? Was the X's on the Navigraph charts referring to taxiway closed grip? I believe so, yes. It obviously is closed there in the real world. So, you know, yes, that's my first instinct. That was from Black Ice Gabe. Black Ice Gabe. So yeah, that's what the X's are for, and what Black Ice Gabe is referring to is following is... thank you for chatting, by the way. I appreciate it. Here. So that's closed now. So what happens now if you go... You know, you got to go all the way to the end and back up now and waste fuel, you know? Is that what they have to do now? So I took it anyway. You know? I took it anyway. Now, who knows what's happening in Glasgow Airport? You know, is there another taxiway being built? Because there's airport changes everywhere. Like in Dublin, my home airport, well, one of my home airports, Dublin is now, they've another runway. And in the sim, it's not modelled, it will be soon though, they're going to make it up. So it'll change. Hopefully there'll be an update for this airport now. You see, they'll have to update it now if they want to sell it. You know, it's a paid airport. So you're absolutely right, that's the XSR. Wardster 420, thank you very much. I can't quite see your I can see a picture there. No, I can't see it. Thank you very much. Clappy D, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Red Cap, thank you very much. Look behind you with the gate. Been with you since the Lake District. Ah, okay. Red Cap's with us then. Let's just say hello to Red Caps. Remember, folks, if you want to join us in the North European server, you're more than welcome. So I knew there was more. There's Johnny C. Is Johnny C with us? Lonely Reaper and Red Cap. So you hop in with us, Red Cap. It just didn't show it there, you know. So there's Red Cap. He's flying the VF-35. Obviously your favourite aircraft. I think I found mine for the moment, being the Airbus A320, at least for the airliners. And that's all working pretty good. So I think the next step for me now is FATSIM. Right, so most of you have been following along. It was a learning process from the very beginning. And we're going to do some... I just need the time to do it myself. There you go. So Lonely Reaper, Red Cap, and anyone else is following. Thank you very much. And you know what, folks? It's Friday. You need to get... Now listen to me. You need to get yourself to the pub, you know, or to the disco, you know. So, thank you. Some random Philip, thank you very much. Clappy D, Mr. E, Salmon, he says now we're approaching runway 05 ILS. Yep. Me, Salmon's with us as well. So what's your tag, Salmon? Let's just say hello to you very quickly. What's your tag? Are you Johnny C? I think you're Johnny C, are you? I'm guessing. Thank you very much. Glassnap, thank you very much for that. And all of you there watching, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm learning is what's happening. And one day I'll be an expert one day, don't worry. Catch you later, Black Gabe. And folks, I won't keep you any longer. I know you've got to get to the pub. I know you've many things to do. And we will see you on Sunday at 2100 hours Irish UK time. And have a great weekend. We'll see you very, very soon.